Tshwane residents have gathered outside a company called Lion Match in Rosslyn under the banner of the Tshwane Bahlali Dudula to urge the company to prioritise South Africans in their employment processes. And Ofentse Setimo has been covering the story this morning. Ofentse, what's the latest?
Thank you very much, Desiree. Well, the leadership of Tshwane Bahlali Dudula met with management of Lion Match, and from coming outside, all they had to say was bad things about management because apparently they've been very stubborn. But I'm actually joined now by David Ratladi, who's going to elaborate a bit further, who's the chairman of Tshwane Bahlali Dudula. And Tate Ratladi, how has management acted once you guys were inside the boardroom with them to discuss this issue that you've discussed previously with them?
We are having a problem with the management. As we are here before, on the 9th, we managed to march to all Rosslyn Industrial Hub. And all the HRs, they've gathered here by Lion Match, where I'm standing today, whereby they have received their memorandums. And then they were given 14 days to respond to the memorandum as to we are having a problem of the unemployment. Our unemployment rate is way too high in Tshwane. Now, having been the industrial hub, we thought maybe because of this, the private sector, they will definitely intervene and hire our people. We've got so many matriculants, we've got so many people that are unemployed. On the 24th, we came to Lion Match and other companies to come and remind them because they failed to come back to us, you know, because of the 14 days has already expired on the 23rd. Now, on the 24th, they've agreed of the fact that they said they even requested that we should submit 122 CVs. So that they can put them on the database and they will hire them all. We did as they have requested. After that, on the 9th, we came back on the 9th and say, but then we've been waiting for far too long because of, they said they want, by the 1st, these kids, they will be starting working here by the 1st, this 120 people. On the 9th, the same thing, you know, we've been waiting in vain. Nothing has happened. On the 9th, when we come in here, we went to the boardroom again. We sat down with them, with the head office and everybody. Then they have agreed upon, all right, let's see what is it that is so best that we can do for you guys. But we are not going to take 120 because of they were busy scrutinizing the CVs. Amongst those CVs, there were 45 that are not matriculants. And they will deal only with the matriculants because of that they're using machinery in here. We have agreed again with them. I said, okay, fine. The 45, we'll see to it. How are we going to rather bring the 45? Then they gave us the 45 back. We went out with our 45 CVs. Then they remained with 92 CVs. Today, when we come here, it's Monday. When we come here, already they said that there is a court order against us. What is that? We don't even know. They called us in their boardroom. As we arrived in the boardroom, they wanted to serve us with a court order. I said, oh gosh, how can you call me in your office and wanted to serve me with your court order? Why don't you come to my office? Because already I've got the letterhead. And to that very letterhead, it reflects the registration number of the Tshwane Bahlali Dudula. It reflects the address. It reflects the emails, addresses, and everything, even the telephone numbers. But then that has never happened. When we come here first in the morning, I came here 5 o'clock in the morning. I even counted 174 foreign nationals entering in this premises, you know, and then those are the permanent staff of this very Lion Match.
But then when you appeal to the departments like Department of Labor, because apparently there's a regulation to say if you hire foreign nationals, it must be those with scarce skills. So when you call for their intervention, what is their response?
I was with Masemola at the Home Affairs, Immigration. He referred me to Tladinyane Godfrey. I went to Tladinyane Godfrey's office, it's in Soshanguve, whereby we sat with him and then he said, okay, they are going to strategize that. They are going to help us through. They are going to organize the Department of Labor. They will organize the Immigration, Home Affairs, Foreign Affairs, and Metropolis, SAPS, so that we should see to it how best can they help us at the best interest of the community. And then they, still till today, they haven't pitched. Yes.
And then what do you have to say to the powers that be in government? Because some have attributed high crime levels to the high unemployment rate among the youth of South Africa. And you know the high unemployment rate, it was actually reaching, I think, over 70% among the employable youth. And they were celebrating, I believe, an 8% drop. So what do you have to say under these circumstances where you still find companies that are allegedly prioritizing foreign nationals?
Look, it was deliberated that when Tshwane Bahlali Dudula, when it was formed mainly on partnering with all the stakeholders of government, so that we should see to it of the fact that the unemployment rate, the SMMEs and everything, how best can we help through that cause, okay? And I mean, they're failing us dismally so. And basically, we are not saying rather they must hire their people, but then we've got people who are having businesses. You know, it's so frustrating when you see our own government that is failing us dismally so. It's a serious problem. I mean, we are having the child-headed families, whereby we are having orphanages and everything. These people, they don't plow back to us. And I said, they don't plow back to our communities. I mean, the whole communities that are surrounding Rosslyn, they don't even plow back to them at all. You understand? I mean, the new HR that is in here today is from KZN. Literally, people that are here today is people from KZN, and if he fails to hire people from KZN, he hires foreign nationals. Now, how are we going to rather promote that? I mean, now we are here, we are the spectators, and we've been spectators for far too long. We are the pure South Africans. We've got our own matriculants, we've got our own people, post-matrics and everything. Now, what is it that we're saying with that? We're pleading with the government to intervene into this, because of really we're having a problem. And we are hitting the deadlock. I mean, South Africa is going down.
Yes, and it seems that you're not getting what you came here for. Yeah. What is the next step going forward?
I think it's just to block the production. I mean, basically, if we are going to just wait here, you know, I mean, basically, we are the spectators. Then we'll come and be the spectators for the whole day today. But then the production, we and them, we are not going to have anything to eat. I mean, that is the bottom line.
Yes. But what message do you have for the HR himself? Because you didn't get to deliberate about your demands. It was just an issue of them giving you the court order. What reaction do you have to them in terms of maybe negotiating in bad faith, if I may?
Rather, we are still here. The executive is still here, and we are prepared. Rather, he must call us back in, so that the CVs that we have submitted in here, they must rather absorb those 120 CVs that they have taken from us. Then I think it will bail them out, because it's a promise that they've made prior to this very meeting today.
Yes. And it seems this problem of prioritizing foreign nationals is quite rife, because you mentioned yourself earlier that you're going to different factories here in Rosslyn. You've been to more than 5 here in Rosslyn. What went wrong? What do you believe is the loophole that allows companies to actually do this?
You know, basically these people, when they do that, it's a cheap labor. You know, foreign nationals are cheap labor, and there's no scarce skills in whatever the companies that we have visited. You know, I mean, basically, they are disrespecting us, we South Africans. So basically, we are going to teach them a lesson of the fact that this is going to be the example for today. That for every company that is in here today, and we are having the stats. The stat is 76,000 of foreign nationals within all these companies that are in Rosslyn today as we speak. We have that. We have conscientized the Home Affairs, the immigrations and everybody, that here's the stats. We know even the companies by names. Come and intervene so that our I mean, we are not even 70-something thousand here. But then I think all these companies, they can absorb these kids. I mean, basically that's that. This is our cry. It's our grievance. Yes.
Well, that's it. As we heard there, that's the chairman for Tshwane Bahlali Dudula actually saying that, you know, there's over 70,000 foreign nationals who are hired here in Rosslyn, who are occupying jobs that should be, according to the law, occupied by locals that are actually residing here. But unfortunately, at some companies, there is some sort of a concession by management to say that, yes, it is true, some of the workers that are here are foreign nationals and they've decided to actually come to the party. But he's saying that other companies, like the one we're actually in, which is Lion Match, has backtracked, if I may put it that way, on an agreement they had previously had during meetings that they've had, where initially they had requested about 122 CVs to actually be submitted for people who might be insourced in order to address the ratio which Tshwane Bahlali Dudula is saying it's over 80% foreign nationals as compared to 20% who are actually South Africans. And they are saying they're actually going to disrupt production outside of Lion Match here in Rosslyn until they can actually compel management from here to try and abide by their demands. They're saying when they went into the boardroom today, they were handed a court order which was saying it's interdicting them from actually protesting or actually picketing outside this company here in Rosslyn. And unfortunately, they have labeled the management of this particular company as negotiating in bad faith. We had not been able to interact with the management itself, as we were expecting that upon deliberations in the boardroom, they would actually come out with the executive of Tshwane Bahlali Dudula and address some of the masses that are here. As you know, that they mentioned that the company actually backtracked from initially claiming to try and insource about 120 employees to saying no, they don't want anyone at all. In fact, the executive is saying that they've been here from around 5 a.m. and they managed to notice about 170 foreign nationals actually entering these premises here at Lion Match. We're actually going to try to get a right of response from the management of Lion Match to see what is their side of the story and what they have to say about accusations that have been leveled against them, to say that they are actually prioritizing foreign nationals at the expense of South Africans. And with that, it's back to studio.